Hi y'all, my name is Carmen and I'm a dancer and digital content creator. And in this video, I want to chat about some of the features within OnlyFans, specifically the lists feature and how we can use it to get more sales, feel more organized, and get rid of customers who are not fitting the bill. I want to start with a couple of quick tips for using your lists features and then getting more into building a sales process behind the scenes using your lists. So first, let's start out with like the simple, easy ways we can make more money using lists. The first one is creating a VIP club or VIP room in your account. So whether it's a free or a paid account, right, where they have a subscription, this is just a very easy, quick way to bring in some additional cash. Here's the pitch. You reach out either through messages or through posts, right? And say, I have a really hot VIP club where I sell exclusive behind the scenes, I sell extended editions of videos, and then I have maybe like I offer more one-on-one chat options, or you get discounts on custom videos. All of those can be different parts of your pitch, right? And you sort of say, I have this VIP room, it's very sexy, here's some of the things that come with it. If you want in, send a $25 tip, $30 tip, $20 tip, whatever you want, and you're gonna be added. As soon as you get a tip for that, all you have to do, right, is go into your lists, create a new one called, VIP Club or Star Club or whatever, and then add customers in there as they come along. Now, why is that really handy? Because your lists are integrated with your messages. So when you go to send out messages now, there's gonna be a new category you can click on that's, and you are choosing what to include, and you can literally just click on VIP Club, right? And that's all the work it takes, right? So if you're batching out your content, maybe you have 3 to 5 pieces of content every month that are just gonna go out to folks on that list. With like a thank you so much for staying, attuned, and thanks so much for checking in. I love that you're in my VIP club. Here's this extra piece of content, or here's a special coupon code. All ways that you can bring in more money both upfront and keep those people spending because you've identified like they want to spend more on you. They think you're awesome, right? And that's really useful. Another thing that's tied to this is using this to check out who has auto renew on. And this is also a big place where you can bring in some cash. So as you know, on these platforms, a lot of them give you the option to either have it renew every month automatically or have that feature turned off. Now, a lot of people will have that automatically turned off, which is a bummer because then it's not getting automatically charged every month, and those little subscriptions do add up. So a way to get more people to turn it on is by sending out like treats or rewards the same way you would with like a fan club or VIP club for auto renew customers. One example can be, hey, at some point in the month, I won't tell you when, right? It's gonna be at random, so you can't like game the system. But at some point during the month, I'm gonna send out like a super hot 10-minute video only for my people who have auto renew on. And then again, you can go into your messages, you can click on auto renew on and send it out to just those folks. And then you can also take the same video and then sell it and say, hey, if you're not on my auto renew list, you can buy this video for this amount of money, but really you can get it for free. So you have 24 hours from when you see this message to turn your auto renew on, and then like I'll send it to you. Or not even that option, right? Just you turn it on and next month you'll get the video. There's tons of ways to game with this, but you're basically using your list to group your customers into categories so that you're not just sending out like message blasts to everybody. You're like targeting these groups like, hey, you like this thing, you don't like this, you're in this club, and then I can create a different promotional strategy for these different groups that I've laid out. Another tip, and I think this is one that can save you so much like time, but mostly frustration. And this is, I've come up with this, I'm sure many other people have a version of their own. I call it my 24-hour block list. And this is a list I've created just for people who like get on my nerves. And this could be for you're rude, you're disrespectful. Mostly it's like you're messaging me, but you're not spending any money. And I think that's really rude to like just constantly bombard a performer and want their time and their energy, but not tip or like buy clips or anything, right? So I started this 24-hour block list thing to really encourage people to either spend money or move on, because either way they're saving me time, right? Either you're not going to be sending me 20 messages that I have to read and then ignore, or they're going to be sending me messages but they'll also like be spending money and I'm going to appreciate them and then want to chat with them. So how do I set this up? Let's say that someone messages me like 4 times in a row and they're like, hey girl, like nothing useful, nothing we can work with, nothing that's asking about customs. They're just like spewing out information or sending me fan fiction or whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and copy paste this message to them. And all it says is like, hey, mine is phrased a little bit aggressively because my content is more like dominatrix, like doesn't play games, right? So like my work persona is very much like, can't be bothered, how dare you contact me without spending money, you have 24 hours to fix it, and if you don't, you're gonna be blocked. And if you aren't gonna spend money, don't message me again, block yourself, delete my page, and that way we can both save time. And my style's very aggressive, but there's certainly ways to phrase that nicer, right? It might be like, hey, thank you so much for reaching out. I really love that you're enjoying my content. I love offering one-on-one texting options. Maybe, do you want to maybe schedule a chat with me? Or do you want to see these hot pictures I took today? And you can attach like a $5 set of pictures, just something to gauge whether this person is gonna spend on you or if they're just gonna keep pulling and trying to get attention and energy without compensating you. If you establish that they aren't going to compensate you, then you just, for me, I just remove them. I don't want them in my life. They're taking up my time. They're sucking on my energy. And that has been so just incredibly, it really opens up my time. And mostly I will put them on this list that they never spent. Even if you buy like a $10 thing, I'm like, chill, you can message me all you want. I might not read them all, but like you were at least spending something. If they're spending nothing, zero, nada, I like this message feature because you have 24 hours and then you're gone. You have a limited amount of time to make a decision. And then I don't have to spend 3 months trying to get $10 out of you. We don't have the time, we don't have the energy, right? So the way I use this is I'll send them that message and then I'll put them on my 24-hour block list. The next time I log on, the first thing I'm gonna do when I go to that list is check how much they've spent. Because if you click on their little profile, it shows you your earnings. If it says that they still haven't spent anything, I don't give a what the message says. They're getting the boot, right? And that might mean restricting them so they can't message you, right? Like if you're like, hey, I don't want to block them. I still want them to give them the option to pay me. Great. Just restrict them and then move on, right? Or even say like, hey, I'm gonna restrict your messages now. If you'd like to be back on my good side, it costs this much to be unblocked. Not everyone's gonna do this. It's not for everybody. I like it. It saves me time and energy. So I wanna put it out there for anyone who might have a similar style of work. The next tip is using your list to track purchases and to track customs. The more simple version of this is just using lists to track who needs to be checked on, to track who you owe content to, and then to track who's already bought certain content. And there's like multiple ways to do this. So when you go into your list, one way to do this is I create a check on list, right? And in this list goes anyone who's gonna need my undivided attention for something or something I can't answer right away. So I'll give you an example. Let's say I am at the grocery store and I'm just scrolling through my messages, just trying to get rid of the fluff and trying to reply to the easy ones. And then let's say someone's like, oh, could you send me this video that you made, that I made 3 months ago, and it's not on my phone, it's like in my computer files somewhere. I really want to buy it. I might say, yeah, I'll send it to you in a bit, and then all I'm gonna do is move them into a list called check on. What that's gonna do is if I'm getting like 100 messages a day, right? I'm not gonna remember who I need to go back to. So that lets me cut through all the fluff, go quickly do once over of my inbox, and then take those like 10 to 12 people that might have specific requests or questions and then get back to them all back to back to back. Then let's say that some of them order some customs, right? Wonderful. I'm gonna create a list that's called needs custom, right? And then I'm gonna put those folks in that list. Now when I go to film customs, I'm not guessing where these people are. They're not like in a notebook or behind, like in my notes app with their like username. No, I can literally just see, list needs customs, click, read all the information that's pertinent, and then film and move on. As you have more videos and you have more content, you really have a great opportunity to build a whole sales process. So that's a bigger discussion. I don't want to make this video too long. So instead of giving you like just an overview of it, I want to give you an example of what it might look like. So I'll give you an example of my business, right? When someone sends me when they subscribe to my page, I've set up a welcome message, right? And that welcome message lets them know, hey, here's this thing, that's really sexy and really fun, and you should open it. And then once they open it, I have a sort of laid out series of responses that are collecting customer information. That's really pertinent to me, right? Like I want to know their preferences. I want to know their boundaries. I want to know what's fun for them. I want to know what gets them excited. And so I've built out, a series of like 2 to 3 videos that follow that track. And as customers move from one video to the other, I move them from list to list. So because I realized, hey, for me, it works to collect this so then I can build really high quality customs where people feel very like heard and seen and like they're getting exactly what they want. I can sort of move people between those first few videos, and they can go from, hey, video 1, video 2, video 3, and it's all organized, it's all seamless. And then they don't have to sit around waiting for me to refilm the same video every time where I'm just collecting info. Now, after that, I'm gonna make them customs, right? After that, it's like, okay, you like this and this and this. Okay, let me think of something that you really are gonna enjoy. And I can put in that creative energy. But especially up front, just having those categories to move people through, it really goes a long way. 1, in having better customer relationships, and then 2, I think in really clearing up for you what it is you're selling people, right? Because I think a lot of times it's like, I'm selling a subscription. That's cool, but like, what else can you sell? What experience, what unique thing can you build for them? And I think part of that is using features like lists, understanding how to use your vault, your categories, your welcome messages, and integrating all those things to really fit with whatever your packaging is, right? You're like, hey, this is my pitch, this is who I am, this is what I do. And I've just found that goes really well. I really love the kind of customers who will go through that process with me. It weeds out so many people who are just like not a good fit for what I'm building. And it helps keep me really organized, because when I log on, it's like, I know exactly where they're supposed to be. I know exactly what I'm building for them. And they know that they're gonna get, a video that clicks with them or content that clicks with them on a really personalized level. So I hope that's useful. I hope that's helpful. Those are just some of the ways to use lists. I know this was a little bit abstract. And so if you have specific questions about accessing this within the platform, you're welcome to drop them below. And if you know the answer, feel free to drop an answer below for folks who are asking. And yeah, let me know what other features within the platform you think deserve their own video and that we should talk about. I hope this video helps you make a little bit more money. I hope it's got your mind going and you're getting some cool new ideas for your business. And I look forward to hearing how it works for you.